Hey guys, in the first video I showed how to set this knife up in the clamp and how to adjust the machine to get it to the right angle using a Sharpie. The angle in question is about 13.5 degrees. It's ground a little differently on the second side. When I checked my angle, I had some Sharpie at the edge, which tells me I'm going to have to grind down that way to kind of make it symmetrical. So this is going to be a reprofile, which is going to take a minute, and it's going to take I don't know, maybe 5-10 minutes to get that done. I always start a reprofile on the side that I'm having to remove material on, which in this case is this side. I located my angle with a 650 Edge Pro matrix stone. I'm going to drop down to their 250 to cut quicker. I'm not going to use the 80. This is not my favorite stone, and that I feel like it's too gummy or soft for reprofiling. But these cut super quick, so 250 ought to be just fine. I do a lot of sharpening with the Veneva rhinestones, and for reprofiling work, I like them quite a bit. These stones cut very quickly, though. And can you hear how the sound on that? How aggressive a stone that is? I've talked to the maker of these stones, and he's explained how they formulated the resin. I've tried to encourage them to make a harder resin, less likely to have metal bits get stuck in it, but they're staying with their formula. Look at how quick that cuts, though. That's just amazing. These are cutting very quickly, so quite frankly I just leave the 80 grit alone. If you're thinking of buying the matrix stones, I would skip the 80 in the series. Look at it. Look at how that's cutting, how quick. That's 2 minutes or less, and I'm a good chunk of the way towards my reprofile being done. Now, the inventor of the stone recommends edge trailing. It's just that I like to get done quicker, so I do it my way. But this is against what the maker says to do. I don't know anybody doing reprofile work with edge trailing strokes who gets it done in their lifetime. It's just too slow for me. And it might be that I wear them out a little quicker, although they don't appear to wear very much at all. I think what Dave, the inventor, is up to is that you get a better cut test score on the machine that measures friction. What I do in my case is at the very end, I kind of strop the blade to eliminate any issues that might arise of my more aggressive approach to sharpening. Look at that cut. You can see that that's making quick work of this metal. And that's what I like about the matrix stones. Now quickly, I'm just going to check to see where I'm at. And I'm doing this because I don't want to overshoot my what I'm doing. I don't want to inadvertently sharpen too much on this side while I'm trying to correct the bevel. Just eyeballing it, it looks very close to what the other side looked like from the factory. So I'm suspecting that the grind was wrong. And you can see that I've got a little more here, and I'm getting close to my apex. The feedback of these stones is very smooth and different from the Orion, the Veneva Orion series, in a good way. It really comes down to what you get used to, and you know, I'll sharpen 3 or 4 knives with these stones, and then I'll start to prefer them, and then I'll sharpen some more with the other kit, and then I'll start liking them. So it just comes down to muscle memory and what you get used to. So we're about 5 minutes in, and the bulk of the reprofile is done. Once I'm happy with the angle and that this edge has been remediated, if you will, I'm going to work on the other side to a burr. Stone is loading up a little bit, so you got to keep it clean. You gotta go very light with your. I don't put any pressure on my stone here. I try to let the weight of the carrier do the work. You're not pushing down. Just let the abrasives do their thing. Once again, I'm not really shooting for a burr on this go round. I'm just getting that asymmetry corrected. And I'm changing my stroke direction so that I can erase the scratches. Like I'm going the other way. See how quickly that metal comes up? So kind of crisscrossing to force the thing to cut. Tip's not quite ground the way I like that on this side. It's not quite pointy. And I keep my finger under there to avoid rolling. You don't want to put a scratch in the resin, nor do you want to round off your tip. You want to use the line of the center of the stone carrier so you don't tip. And God bless them for giving me a sharpening choil so I'm not making too big a mess. You gotta be careful down at this end to alright, so now looking at the blade, I'll tell you a couple things. There's no flaring out at the heel, which means that they ground back far enough in addition to giving me a choil. And like I said, for the money, this is some quality workmanship. I wish the knife makers would get away from fancy and get away, you know, give us something we can sharpen. This is completely unnecessary, having no flat up there. If I ever design a knife, there's going to be absolutely nothing sexy about the damn thing. It'll be easy to clamp it in a clamp, easy to sharpen it on an Edge Pro, if that's what you got. Sharpening choil, just enough belly to be a decent cutter. And I prefer thin geometry. Pretty much the opposite of the Benchmade 940, if that's what you're into. Now we're going to do one more check here to see where we're at. Might have noticed I go through a lot of Sharpies, huh? Anyway, but this is really critical, because if you don't set the knife up from the beginning well, its usability is going to suffer. And plus, I don't like looking like I do sloppy work. Very few people are good at sharpening, but everybody can see when you jam it up. You know, when you make a mess or a mistake. Alright, a little more. See, I got a little at the heel here. And as much as I like you guys, I'm going to take my time and do my job correctly and not worry about the clock as much. By doing it right the first time, all the subsequent sharpenings are going to be relatively fast. What I might do with this knife is use it a while and then come back and sharpen it again. Or I might just take the edge off by running it on a stone to show how quick they sharpen once the bevel is correct. But this has a profile very similar to Benchmade 940 at 10% of the price. The Benchmade has endearing qualities like it's lighter weight, it's made in the US, etc. I'm not a Benchmade hater, you know. The geometry's not for me. I'm more of a Spyderco geometry guy. I like lightweight and I like slicey. All right, so I think we're there. That was it for the reprofile. I liked what I saw on this side. You can see all that schmoo. Gotta clean it up a little. No burr. Quite a bit of. You can see how the stone's not really loading, that most of that is coming off, which is good. Yeah, cut. The old garbage truck going by on cue. It's a tough job. I'm really appreciative that in the US we have such marvelous services. Just not while I'm shooting my video. Anyway, so I'm going to leave it at that. The knife is now ready for proper sharpening. So 13 minutes and I've got the profile where I want it and that it's symmetrical. If you have any comments or questions, leave them down in the comment section. And stay tuned for part 3 where we're going to reach the Burr. Thanks for watching.